Hello, and thank you for watching. Um, this is your private love reading. Give me just a moment to meditate. All right, I already feel the energy mostly in my head. I do have a little bit of a headache, so I don't know if you're stressed out or if you're stressing in your mind about something. But I did have it before I even started this reading, but I felt the vibration immediately in my head. So let's see what the cards have in store for you. What is your message? All right. So, okay. So the first card out is the Four of Swords. This represents healing. I don't know if you are currently going through a healing process or were going through a healing process or have been thinking about going through a healing process, but currently you are in the midst or you should be in the midst of healing, or you were spending a lot of time maybe on self and healing. Also, you have the Ace of Cups in the upright, which is the beginning of a very strong emotional commitment. It can also represent a new relationship that is emotionally very fulfilling. And then we also have the Six of Swords. Now, oftentimes I read this particular card as moving away from something, but I feel like you're moving towards something. This is about you going through kind of hell and high water to get to this certain place that you're trying to be possibly in your love life. And then we also have the World card in the upright. This represents that this is a karmic cycle that has happened or will happen, but it is the overall energy of the reading. So something is, there's an event that's going on within your love life that is karmic. It doesn't mean that it is like a soulmate or a twin flame, not to say that it isn't, but this particular cycle of love that you are going through or have gone through, once I go a little bit deeper into the cards to read the story, it means that it's meant to teach you a lesson. God is trying to teach you a lesson through a particular relationship. All right. I don't know if you are a air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or if that's who you're dealing with. Maybe there was this transformation. I think that you worked really hard. There was definitely some type of transformation within yourself. Maybe that's where this healing comes in, as you are healing from a past situation that may have been, I'm getting the word like traumatic. I think that if you didn't move physically, you definitely moved away from it for sure. This Power card also represents Cancer. So I don't know if you are Cancer or somebody you were dealing with was Cancer. Also, we have the Prince of Swords in the reverse. So this means that there is blocked communication. Somebody was trying to come forward, but that is blocked. We also have Judgment in the upright, which means that, you know, this could have to do with the actual legal situation, or it would have had to do with you like judging a situation or making a decision. It can also mean that God has passed judgment on the situation that you were dealing with and explaining to you that, you know, this is what this is, and it's time for you to move forward. Also, with the Eight of Cups in the upright, it looks like you definitely walked away. So this is kind of a theme. I think in the past there was a very traumatic situation that probably left you pretty hurt, which is why you had to really take this time out to really work on yourself and heal. Yeah, emotionally, there was a lot of dissatisfaction. So you just turned around and walked away. Also, I do feel like that this is strongly your energy. The Queen of Swords. Again, swords represents the zodiacs of Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. But she's known as the Ice Queen, but she's not. She just is big on defending her honor. She's not going to tolerate any type of disrespect. She stands on her word. She doesn't lash out in emotion. She's more about the facts. So if this has kind of been your position or your attitude, you're definitely in the right vibe of this Queen of Swords. Also, you're no longer fighting. You're not going to fight anymore with this past energy that you were dealing with. There's nothing to fight over. You've moved on. Also with the Six of Pentacles, this is equal give and take. So this is a situation where maybe this was something that you were striving for, that you're wanting out of a relationship, where whatever it is that you're putting in, you're getting that much back. However, you need to be careful because there could be somebody in your energy or in your vibe or just around that might be trying to do something sneaky. I would watch out for that. The Seven of Swords usually is somebody trying to get away with something, so I would be on the lookout for that. And again, with the overall energy of the World card, this was a karmic, or this is a karmic thing that you're going through. And it's all about you learning God, and you learning a lesson. A lot of times when it comes to relationships, we don't realize that sometimes we get so hurt because they don't last, or that we put all this energy into it, when really it was just there to teach us a lesson. And a lot of times we have to be taught a lesson because we didn't listen to what Spirit was actually telling us. Let's see here. Yeah, the Four is with the Hanged Woman. So you might be, because you are currently in a healing process, you might be stagnant on moving towards or getting into anything real heavy right now. Or this could mean that you were stagnant in the past, especially with the Ace of Cups. In just a moment, we'll clarify the Ace of Cups. I do believe that you are listening to your third eye. Sometimes stagnancy can be good because it gives you a moment just to stop and be still with yourself. So let's see here. Yeah, the Ace of Swords. Oh, wow. Okay, so you've got two aces so far. This is really a great reading because not only are you going to receive, or if you're not already in a new relationship, you could possibly be, or this could just actually refer to yourself. You being the person who is starting all over. And it seems like there's a couple of new beginnings here. So again, this could represent self, not necessarily that there's a new relationship, but you being the person to actually fill your own cup. Not only that, but with the Ace of Swords, this is also telling us that this is a new truth. This is whatever it is that you're going through. Currently, it's definitely showing us that you are moving in the right direction as far as your love life is concerned. And that if this is a new relationship or a new friendship, this could be a new friendship. Relationship doesn't always necessarily mean like a commitment. It just means the start of something new. So with the Ace of Swords, to me, this is telling me that this is something new, not only with strong communication, but truth. Maybe there's a bit of transparency within this new thing that you're starting. Maybe you're being more truthful with yourself. Again, if this has to do with a new relationship, it won't go against the root of who you are, like your morals or your ethics. It's going to sit right within yourself. So this is very, very, very positive. Let's see. Okay, so the Ace of Coins. Got 3 aces out here on the board. Ooh. Okay, so, wow. All right, so what this is saying to me is whatever you moved away from, and this is interesting because I had just listened to a reading from another reader and they pulled 3 aces in the upright for Aquarius. So now you have 3 aces on the board, and because I've always wanted to pull several aces and I've never had this happen before where I've pulled 3. But if this refers to somebody of your past, they could have been an earth sign, or you could be an earth sign, but that would represent Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. There will be no new beginning with that. I also feel like with this being in reverse, maybe this was an energy that you were moving away from. Or this could relate to your money. Your money may stay the same. But with this, I just feel like that there is kind of, I'm getting the word like blockage in a new beginning. Like maybe this person had tried to come in with some type of communication, but is being blocked because you are currently going through a healing process. What's interesting is that I also got the 10 of Swords, which means that you are at an end of a cycle, an end of a very painful cycle. So I see a lot of swords that are kind of going on within this reading. So somebody is very strong within the air sign. Like I said, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Also, the overall energy being the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is the Queen of Love. That's all she is. This also represents any water sign, which is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But this is currently your energy. And I think what's important to understand about this particular reading, generally I don't say stuff like this, but in this particular reading, I think that part of the reason that the overall energy is the Queen of Love is because I think that you are very loving. I also think that I think you know how to love. I feel very strongly that you are a person who knows how to love. I think that anybody who gets involved with you knows that their time may be limited if they are doing something sneaky, because it's like they didn't realize who you were. They didn't take the time to maybe see you. I don't know. Could be completely off on that. I do believe that in the past, the reason, okay, so we got Judgment again. Oh, wow, okay. Hold on a second. So, again, maybe you were dealing with somebody who was like a Gemini or Libra. Libras seem to be super wishy-washy. There's a lot of air in this reading. Anyway, if I go a little bit deeper into the story and move forward, somebody was trying to come in with very fast communication about something. I think that this is your energy, which is the Star card. The Star card actually represents someone who I would say, it's like whatever it is that you're striving for or whatever it is that you're wanting out of life, I can tell you that you're going to receive this in full abundance. It may not be exactly when you want, but it's something that will happen. It's you are manifesting this. Also, with the Nine of Wands, I think that you are no longer being vulnerable to situations either. I think maybe the situation possibly that you could have been dealing with was a third party situation, meaning that there was somebody or something else that was involved that was probably taking more precedence when it came to the relationship because it wasn't equal. But I believe that God passed his judgment. He, you know, I think that's why the world card is here. It's because he was ending this painful cycle, if this is what this is. Also, with the Three of Coins, he's explaining to us that there's no stability. There was no stability in that situation anyway. And that's what caused your Tower moment. The Tower represents something that's built on shaky ground, you know? So whatever foundation that was trying to be laid, it couldn't be laid because it wasn't meant to be in the first place. And you are the Queen of Love. So why would the Queen of Love accept anything less other than, being loved the proper way by somebody who isn't trying to be silly or sneaky? And that was so crazy because I kind of got chills and I don't even remember what I said. I must have blacked out for a second. I do remember what I say, but sometimes, I feel like sometimes when Spirit is channeling messages to me, I don't know, somehow I find the words that I want to say, if this is that situation. Let's see here. Wow. Okay. All right. So let me go back to that. Let me leave that the way it was. All right. So you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands actually in a regular tarot deck would represent, generally it represents celebration, engagement, wedding type of thing. But in this particular card, it actually represents stability. He's sitting on the swing, he's stable, she's sitting on his lap, which makes four legs, which would make this situation more stable. It takes two people in order to have a relationship. Also, with the fire torch burning so high, you can tell that there's a lot of ecstasy, there's a lot of passion within this particular situation. So I don't know if the person that you were dealing with or currently dealing with is very passionate. You guys could be extremely passionate when making love. That could have been the attachment between you and this other person that I'm speaking of, where you ended a certain cycle with them. Whichever way it goes, like I said, we've got a lot of air, so Aquarius keeps coming out. Aquarius represents the star card, so if you are an Aquarius, or you may have Aquarius in your zodiac birth natal chart or whatever, but whichever way it goes, again, this goes back to abundance. And in this particular deck, it's like you're pouring it on thick. Like you don't even have to do anything. I mean, this is so suggestive in so many different ways, but it's just, you pouring your love onto somebody and they take it, they're into it. This star is amazing because it always represents, goals and hopes and abundance and making dreams come true. So I just think that whatever it is with this new beginning, um, that there is going to be a lot of love and a lot of abundance. Somebody is going to recognize that you are the queen of love. That's for sure. So if you're currently in a relationship, I do believe that whoever it is that you are dealing with definitely views you as this for sure. And you just need to remain in that queen energy. That's the biggest thing. Now we also have the Seven of Swords. And again, this is turning your back. So this kind of seems to be an ongoing theme. I don't, like I said, you must have really turned around and walked away. And what's interesting is again, in a regular tarot deck, the Seven of Swords would be that somebody was trying to get away with something sneaky. But what's interesting is that where you ended that cycle of pain and you decided that there wasn't going to be any new beginning of that, and with you getting up and, you know, moving towards something that is going to be more beneficial for you. It's like you're out there looking towards greener pastures. You don't want to be stuck there with him. Look at him, you know. But that person, they did that to themselves. You know what I'm saying? They did that all on their own. You didn't do anything. They did that, you know. Or if, you know, and that's why we have the Sun in reverse. The Sun in reverse is saying that this wasn't a situation that was meant to be anyway. Also with the Temperance and the Upright, this is saying that you are, you know, you want the kind of you in a new relationship, you're looking for the right type of chemistry. Temperance, or I'm sorry, Justice. I apologize. So 3 times now we've seen Justice. This situation was not meant to be. Whatever this was, whatever trauma happened, that shit was crazy. Yeah, this person, I don't know. That person just wasn't right. All right, let's keep moving. I feel like this message is coming in really strong. It's pretty clear cut. So that's good. Let's see. What do the romance angels say? All right. So the first one is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So this is definitely spirit. So instead of, basically what this is saying, instead of just all of a sudden jumping into something, just, you know, continue to heal. And I feel very strongly that if spirit hasn't already brought you something or somebody, that they're definitely on the way. And I think that it may even be a situation that's definitely worth waiting for, or this could be somebody that was waiting for you. Maybe this is what this all new beginning in the Queen of Love is about, because there was somebody that was actually waiting on you to step out of that situation that you were going through. What's interesting is we have 4 and 4, which to me was a strong indication that there is probably going to be a strong stability within the relationship, the new relationship that's coming forward. It also says very soon. It says clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. So this is about you, man. Not only are you in that healing process or have healed, but very soon, this is about you manifesting what it is that you've been wanting, and it's going to come. And not just that, but it's going to be brand new, it's going to be fresh, and it's going to be of abundance. And in fact, it might even be something that you had been dreaming about for sure. It's something that you had been really wanting. Wow. And then we also have passion. So it says allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So yeah, like I stated before, there, whatever this new situation is that's happening, there is going to be a lot of passion within this new situation if you're not already in a new situation, or relationship. But I think what's interesting is that, also with these new beginnings and this healing, this could just mean also just a new passion that you find within yourself. There may be something that you have never done before and you always wanted to do, and guess what? You find that passion within, that thing that really sparks you. A lot of times in relationships, men are really drawn to women who got things going on for themselves. When they see a woman really loving herself and doing a lot of self work and doing things for herself, that makes them even more attractive to them. And then also, it says, let go of control. The overall energy says, let go of control issues. It says, allow the situation to unfold naturally. So, instead of trying to possibly control everything, just understand that sometimes you just have to give it to God. I know it's really hard, and just let Him handle it. Let Him deal with it, because He already dealt with your other situation. Okay? He definitely did that. And actually underneath that was chemistry. So I guess whoever it is that you are going to be dealing with, there is quite a bit of chemistry between you and that person. Just really beautiful. This is a nice reading. The inner message is inspiration, and also the number 3. So the number 3 to me represents the Holy Trinity, which is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also inspiration. So let whatever it is that you are passionate about, besides being in a relationship or somebody loving you, let your passion be your inspiration. And like I stated before, when people see you doing good for yourself and loving yourself the way that you should, it definitely attracts it attracts more positivity. And as you can see in the card, there are little worker bees. There are bees that are attracted to her hair. And what do we know that bees are? What do bees do? They pollinate the flowers, and they create honey. And honey is the nectar of like the gods, or God. It's the most greatest natural creation, and it's so sweet, and it's definitely amazing the process and how that happens. But regardless of that, the deeper meaning is telling us is that, if you are in a new relationship, let that be the inspiration to everything, else that you do. As much love and passion as you may put into the relationship, you really need to be definitely focusing that on yourself. But also, if you don't have a side hustle or a project or something that you've always wanted to do, it's going to definitely, whatever it is that you're doing, it will attract other people and other things, maybe other relationships, friendships, whatever. But inspiration is your deeper meaning. And normally I don't do this in a love reading, but we will do angel cards. So the first one is bravery. So maybe that's what that movement is about. It's about you being brave enough to move away from a situation that could have been very traumatic for you. Also, stay focused. So keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on your heart and yourself, and really balancing all the areas in your life. And then change. So apparently there's a change that's going to come. All right, that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. You have a lovely day. Bye-bye.